By the end of this drive, I'd be in Golden Gate Park with my friend Laura at a concert, 2 blocks from where I'd be staying for the next 2 weeks.
Just like to let yourself down.
But first, I had a little business in Los Angeles.
Now serving G101 at window number 14.
The DMV in California is
Now
like,
serving G1
it's like hell in Beetlejuice.
at window number
We are now on our way. That was the whole reason for this Los Angeles detour. And I am actually relieved to be back on the road on my way.
Okay, the DMV wasn't the only reason I was there, but I barely filmed the 4 days I spent in Los Angeles, which probably tells you everything. I wanted to get my car checked out by a mechanic that I've trusted for years, have lunch with my best friends, so I did get to see Raven for a minute, but I wanted to see as few people as possible. Right now it represented my stalled career, so I just wanted to get things handled and move on, which is always my first mistake.
Gotta love California, approaching the Grapevine. So often backed up for hours. Okay, so I'm on the Grapevine and I'm stuck in just like a parking lot with traffic. Something's definitely wrong. And this is not uncommon, unfortunately, for the 5 in this area. So, before I talk any shit about driving in California, I will say that my drive down to Los Angeles from Mount Diablo and the Bay Area was actually the smoothest, fastest, easiest, most pleasant drive of the entire trip. Now, pleasant, maybe that's not the right word, because Oregon and Washington are so beautiful that that's very pleasant. Driving on those windy roads, I get a real pain. I get a real pain right side, upper, like hip, some nerve in there. I don't know what it is, but it's awful. Still on the 5. And now the fire department, wildfire fighters who fly helicopters are now circling. I was hoping to pick my friend up from the airport in San Francisco because our timing would have been perfect, but accidents and stuff like this, she's gonna have to, I don't know, she's gonna have to find something to do for a few hours, which is great, good for her.
The men and women of CAL FIRE were on the scene, but it took an hour and a half to get past the blaze. The whole trip seemed to be like this. So many things would line up beautifully, and then suddenly, everything would stall in a ridiculous way.
Oh. It smelled like a campfire. Could have been prevented, folks.
I would be staying put in San Francisco for at least 2 weeks. A friend offered me his house in the Richmond while he was out of town, which gave me a stable place with internet where I could do some graphic design work. And Laura and I had been eyeing that concert before my life fell apart, so we thought somehow it all lined up perfectly. By the time I made it to San Francisco, the whole weekend just felt like a big relief.
The waterfalls are all like so blue right now.
Are they moving at that time?
No, they obviously did it for an event. I just don't know what it is.
I forgot to warn Laura that August can be very cold at night when the fog rolls in. But San Francisco's a great place to go thrift shopping for sweaters. The Salvation Army on Geary Street is amazing.
this many cowboy hats in the entire Bay Area, and they are all here. All of them.
I've seen Kings of Leon a lot, enough to know that the crowd was definitely not there for them. Not that the number of cowboy hats alone was a dead giveaway, but the way the crowd only sang back during hit songs was kind of a clue. I found myself taking it more personally than a reasonable person should have, but they were working so hard. They sounded great. It just seemed like they were getting back so much less than usual. Noticed that Zach was on the stage with them, though. They woke up.
Kings of Leon, San Francisco. Country, I know this is just a phase. You ain't going anywhere.
I thought it was fitting that We're On to Something felt like a bit of an anthem for my entire trip. It's a shame more people didn't get the message.
Same, isn't it a shame? We ain't gonna change, we ain't gonna listen. Somewhere in the open air, there is something missing. The old man, he wants to sell the land, buy himself a van, and see other people. I can't kinda understand it. I think we're on something. Hit me up when you're around. You don't owe me nothing. You just like to let yourself down. You just like to let yourself down. Be one day that I was born, I was fully formed, I was on a mission, but that name is too hard to mention. It'd be nice if I could get a slice, just have it outside, take a big old bite. Yeah, it seems alright. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for King of Leon. Ever since I was a child, working for a while.
I can say Zach and his band put on a hell of a show, and overall I was beaming with Oklahoma pride. Words I'm pretty sure I haven't said since I was a little kid.
Told me I was a wannabe cowboy from a country, too scared, nobody around. The songs sound the same. You'll never make a name for yourself.
Where I usually try to get as close to the stage as possible, we started migrating towards the exit little by little as the crowds got drunker and drunker.
Oh my God.
miss you in the mornings when I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me when I'm done. I trust you guys. To you I'm all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. Thank you guys. You leave today, I'll just stare at the way orange turns all things around. Grass, trees, and dew, how I stay you. Please turn those headlights around.
Fortunately, we did catch Kings of Leon come back for one more joint song.
3, 4. She's everything that I like, deep inside that I won't see. In the passenger seat, black seat, parked down in the rain. You picked the wrong one. If you're in it for the long run, 'cause I got the passion, but I don't get away. But when the times are right, I'm a hell of a good night. I make you burn bright as I hear the day.
I just think we're at the point where we would like some salami and cheese.
Yeah, and some hydration. Hydration.
Water. We great concert, but
Yeah.
at some point we're like, we can still hear it from where we're staying.
The next morning, we walked over to the Japanese tea gardens, a couple blocks away, to beat the crowds and have some tea and cookies, because that's what breakfast should be. I have a lot of history in this place from college. They let me shoot a 16mm film here, and because I fell in love with everything Japanese, I spent a lot of time in this very spot.
I actually really want to remember that. God, look how healthy these are.
Of course, Laura, even though she had a knee replacement 6 months ago, had to climb that bridge. She did great. I swear she was a warrior in her previous life.
How's that PT workout?
I need to like do some arm stuff.
Since our plan was to just walk around all day, we already had an appetite. We stopped at Breck's Cafe in Pacific Heights. I always get a kick out of the lines at bakeries in San Francisco. Asiku, known for its croissants, has been lining them up for a decade. Pacific Heights is a world away from the Mission where I used to live. But we wandered around and found our way to the Palace of Fine Arts.
There's those foghorns I love.
San Francisco is a city where you can just keep walking and find amazing architecture and beauty everywhere, including, for reasons only the universe knows, 2 tiny turtles on a log having a romantic moment in the pond.
They've never, and they're like, it's like they're kissing. But what are they getting ready to do? Fight or kiss? What's your bet?
I mean, they're in love, obviously.
You think?
Yeah, they look different, like that boy and girl.
They definitely look like they're connecting.
Yeah, I feel no aggression. There's no turtle.
They're just looking in each other's eyes.
When things just line up, it's hard not to just trust the universe and go with the flow.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes.